Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel, September 10th, 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, the photographs that you're going to see on your screen right now were captured back in October and November of 2016. These photographs were captured on the stereo head H1 cameras, and I did a video back in October and November when these images were captured on these cameras. I produced that video and it got me in a world of trouble on YouTube. My account was suspended. But what you're about to see, once again, are the same images starting right now, almost a year later. The same images of the same object starting right here were captured today on the same cameras. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these cameras that are on the stereo spacecraft, they do not point directly at the sun. That much is a fact. I've captured all of the video on several of the cameras on the stereo imaging, and this is coming from SETI, as they call it. What you're about to see, once again, almost a year later, the same object appearing on these cameras. And as you can see, the date, well, was just the other day. So it leads me to believe, excuse me, it leads me to believe that, once again, there's a major cover-up dealing with Planet X. I took a lot of abuse from the trolling operations pertaining to the video that I produced back in October and November. All of the debunkers came out of the closets and they claimed that it was the sun. A reflective image of the sun into the camera. But as you can clearly see, ladies and gentlemen, these cameras don't point directly at the sun. These cameras are situated to record coronal mass ejections, CMEs as we call it. They also came up with their idea that the sensors in the camera, well, they were overloaded with light. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we've been seeing over the course of the last several months is whenever we see one of these coronal mass ejections, the massive amount of light that is produced is now revealing once again what is actually there. You're actually going to see this object rotate. And it rotates not around and around like our Earth, but it seems to rotate forwards, which is kind of odd. We would think that something would rotate just like our Earth. But as you can see, this object is rotating in a forward position. I find it very, very odd that almost a year to the day, almost, I originally captured this back on, I believe it was October 15th, and then again on November 17th, 2016. Here we are, September 10th. Almost a year to the day, and the object is back. But it has arrived about a month early. And once again, you'll have people telling you this is a reflective image on an overloaded camera, and that's the image of the sun. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, I proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was not the sun. I showed very, very high resolution photographs zoomed in to what looked to be plateaus or mountainous structures on the surface of this object that did not match any photographs taken from any NASA cameras of the sun at the same time. So once again, it leads me to believe there's a massive object out there near the sun. And this object is quite close to our sun. To me, ladies and gentlemen, the evidence is overwhelming. There's no doubt in my mind that once again, it seems that this object may be in an orbit, and maybe it's closing in, because now, again, this video and these photographs are being captured a month earlier. Could it possibly be in an orbital pattern and it's closing in? We see a lot of activity occurring on our sun right now. A lot of CMEs. June, July, and now again in August. We just had another CME yesterday. Well, there you have it, folks. Once again, this object has reappeared almost a year later, and they're going to want to lead you to believe that that object is a reflective image of the sun. Even though the cameras on this spacecraft are not pointed directly at the sun, like you see in the other images. What you're looking at here, I slowed it down into very, very slow motion. And I'm going to be examining these photographs and these videos a lot more in the coming hours and the coming days. And I'll have another report on all of this. But once again, making big discoveries, well, that's what it's all about. Trying to find the truth. Trying to seek disclosure. That's what we're here for. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. There is definitely more to come.